Alright, I'm taking a look at our flag set tonight. We have a balanced distribution, which should see the runners crossing over between the games a fair amount. They're going to be starting in Zebas with 50 rupees and 4 bombs, then the magical key in Zelda. No, sorry, never mind. They're starting with a random item in Zelda, but they will be starting with an item in Zelda. And 10 missiles and a random item from Metroid. Looks like we're going to need 2 boss totems tonight, and between 5 and 7 Triforce pieces. And we're off. Or will be in a moment. I forgot about the delay between IRC and the game. Here we go. Alright. First item is Morph Ball. Vanilla Morph Ball. Fantastic. Trying to keep a little bit of an eye on anybody taking damage here, just in case Raining Elementalist getting an early wrap started to drop down into this bottom area. Everybody else looks like they're going straight to the right. Probably checking out what that Kraid exit might be. In fact, actually might be a quick way to get into Zelda, which might be a good place to get some overworld checks out of the way rather than having to progress through Metroid. Got to check on the ceiling item. It was a money drop. Doesn't look like anybody's taken that right now. Vanilla Kraid for Raining Elementalist. With the Morph Ball, they're going to be able to just drop in and pop out of the Morph Ball, get a jump back, and land in the area over here. I couldn't see what that item was because the tracker seems to be right in the way. Other 3 runners are all climbing up the shaft. We've got Minor Room Shuffle and Dungeons in Zelda. Minor Room Shuffle also in Metroid. Quest item slots are going to be prioritized for items and equipment only. Equipment slots will have quest items, equipment, and upgrades. Upgrade slots will go all the way between equipment and minor. And minor slots will only be able to have upgrades or minor items. Raining Elementals, the first to enter Zelda and finding level 4. Raining Elementalist already finds the Gleeok. Looks like they already have a sword too, so marking that off. That might be the item that they must have started with. And that's a blue ring for Raining Elementalist. Syscrusher, on the other hand, finds level 1. And that was a power bracelet for Raining Elementalist. And Shaddy finds level 3. We're finding a lot of entrances into dungeons in Zelda in this seed. I might be wrong because Syscrusher does not have a sword. Shaddy does not have a sword either. So Raining Elementalist was lucky to find that sword. That must have been the item from Kraid's Lair. So that's going to put them pretty far ahead. That's Ice Beam for Syscrusher in level 1. That is a required... Well, I guess it's technically not required, but it's very, very difficult to get through Torium without ice. Raining Elementalist picks up a Fire Flower, which I believe is a reskin of a Missile Pack. Shaddy finds Torian, and also inside of level 3. Syscrusher finds the Triforce piece number 7. Didn't see if he picked up anything else before that. Mestiel looks like he's going to be exploring Metroid a little more thoroughly. Bringing Elementalist back in Kraid's lair. Mestiel finds himself in level 3. Shaddy finds the Kraid totem. And just a reminder, both totems are going to be required tonight. Looks like Reigning Elementalist also has the long beam. Syscrusher clipping into the bow spot, finding Ridley. Both our totems are accounted for in the first 5 minutes of the game. Still definitely thinking Reigning Elementalist has an advantage for finding the sword first. All these other runners are having to run through with just the limited bomb supply to be able to do offensive moves. Having a free attack item is extremely valuable. Hint on Syscrusher's screen, the Manji covers the boots. Well, 2 of our runners are right now in the Manji. Alright, Mestiel taking on Manhandla. Saying no. 0 bombs, no offensive items. No way to take on Manhandla. In fact, absolutely everything he's doing right now, he's going to have to suffice with bombs from the floor if he can find any, but he won't be able to kill anything right now, so he's out of items entirely. A pretty dangerous situation. I believe that's bait that Reigning Elementalist just picked up, which isn't a tracked item, but it's good to know. It may not end up being required with a Rim Shuffle. Shaddy's the first to actually kill Manhandle and gets Morph Ball bombs. That's huge. And there's the boots that were fabled with the legend from the old man. That unlocks a ton of exploration in Metroid. In fact, I believe with Morph Ball and Morph Ball bombs, there's nowhere you can't go in Metroid. Question is how long you want to spend going there. Reigning Elementalist finding a Morph Ball bomb blocked hallway. Syscrusher back into Metroid. Right now, Mestiel's the only one who hasn't returned to Metroid. I have no... Oh, I guess that's a money pack? Looked like a blue egg or something for Reigning Elementalist. Syscrusher continuing to explore level 4. Reigning Elementalist heads back into Kraid's lair. Shaddy and Eat My Steel both in Brinstar right now. Shaddy getting by on 1 energy here. I'm pretty sure Brinstar didn't roll low enough for that to be a non-fatal hit. And that's fatal right there. Because Reigning Elementalist recolored his HUD, I can't tell what their energy is. Syscrusher picks up the Kraid totem, making the first person to get both totems. And we have seen the Bridge Shatorian, and we do have Morph Ball bombs and Morph Ball. So it could be we know where Ice Beam is as well. In fact, if you get enough missiles, that's the only thing stopping somebody from going to Mother Brain this early in the game and clearing out Metroid. I shouldn't say clearing out Metroid. There's still going to be a lot of checks available in Metroid that are probably going to have important items, but it will satisfy the victory condition for Metroid. Now, we're still gated on missiles. You're going to need at least, I believe, 42 as like bare minimum, and then you have to do some really crafty strats and not miss a single missile. But at that point, we might even see somebody destroy Mother Brain before they pick up a sword, which would be extremely interesting. Shady putting the Morph Ball bombs to good use, trying to navigate into a randomly connected Morph Ball tunnel. Sis Crusher now taking on Manhandle, one more bomb, and manages to do it! Oh, that was a fantastic bomb placement. Rewarded with bombs, and boots. Eat My Steel picks up a sword from Brinstar, so if Reigning Elementalist got their sword from Kraid, that means Eat My Steel picked up a second progressive sword. We know where 2 swords are right now. We have another hint. Sis Crusher gets the Eagle eclipses the Ice Beam. Level 1 had a hint for level 3, level 3 had a hint for level 1. Full pack of bombs means Sis Crusher is going to be able to explore all of level 3. Shady going up to the top of Brinstar here. Just waiting for the blocks to respawn at the correct time. Sis Crusher finds the Torian Bridge. It is open and available. Reigning Elementalist having a little bit of trouble down in Kraid's Lair. You must steal back in level 3 with the sword. Probably gonna get a lot more done now. Sis Crusher masterfully getting rid of all the Dark Nuts. Red Dark Nuts are able to drop bombs, so it may be worth it to try killing the Dark Nuts to refill bombs. Steel also clips onto the block here, and with the sword is going to be able to actually kill these Dark Nuts without expending bombs. Might be fishing for a bomb drop here too, or just to see what the room has for drops. I believe this room is a drop room. And it's a heart container. Reigning Elemental is picking up a key. Shady returning from the top of Brinstar. Didn't even get to see what Shady picked up because I was too busy watching some Dark Nut combat. Steel going to town on these Dark Nuts. Another key for Reigning Elementalist. Sis Crusher working with Ice Beam, getting a bunch of things frozen. Looks like he also has Long Beam. Didn't get to see what Shady just picked up. That might have been the sword. And some more missiles. Oh, Sis Crusher's going up to the top, so I'll get to another shot at seeing what was up. Dark Ruby. Alright. Running Elementalist now, exploring through Brinstar, which the other runners have already done. Assist Crusher. Now 34 missiles. Unloading on the door. What do we got up here? More missiles. Now, I did say 42 is the magic number for killing Mother Brain. That actually didn't even take into account the modifier that is added to Mother Brain depending on the difficulty setting. And also, it does not count the Zebatites, which means if you wanted to take Mother Brain on such a low missile count, you would have to exit the room, refill on missiles before taking on Mother Brain. So don't want to get anybody's hopes up, even though Sis Crusher's sitting on 40 missiles, Shaddy's sitting on 44. It's still usually not a comfortable place for anybody to take on Mother Brain. Shaddy finds Triforce piece number 8 in the Morph Ball bomb spot. Sis Crusher picking up another missile tank. That was the one that I missed from Shaddy, so plenty of missiles to go around. Emasteel still exploring through level 3. Looks like he's doing a full clear, even getting all the floor items. This early on, that can be an okay gamble to take, but the flag set is not prioritizing a lot of these drops, so they're not going to have anything game required, but they may have important things like energy tanks or bomb capacity upgrades that are pretty well desired. And it might turn out that Meg's Cave or White Sword Cave has a requirement, and collecting heart containers is going to be on the list. Rematch with Manhandla, even though I guess Emasteel never really had a first match. Gets it. Gets the bombs, gets the bombs, gets the... and takes the death. I believe Shaddy's going down to the additional spot that was added. Vanilla Metroid, this is just a pit that you fall into. Not a fun place to go. Oh no, this is the Ice Beam section. Emasteel picking up the Kraid Totem. Sis Crusher picking up Triforce piece number 8. Shaddy picks up Triforce piece number 6. And Reigning Elementalist picks up the White Sword. All the runners are back in Brinstar together. Reigning Elementalist still has a little bit of an edge in this exploration for having explored Kraid already. I don't think he was able to get that far into Kraid, but he did pull out some pretty significant items, such as the sword. Several keys, too, if those end up being necessary. There's usually ways around that, but you never know. Reigning Elementalist might be looking... Ooh, we've got a candle here from Shaddy. Now, we haven't seen the Zelda overworld yet, so Candle isn't a significant find until we can get there. And I think the way that this seed is connected is that Zeb only connects to dungeons, and then dungeons might connect to the overworld. I don't think we're in an overworldless seed so far, although that would be very interesting. I think that precludes too many checks for that to be a viable way to do things. The that would be a wonderful mode idea. That's Triforce piece number 6 for Sis Crusher. And thanks for the update candle for Sis Crusher also. Shaddy picking up the sword. Now, all of our runners are equipped. Oh, I spoke too soon. Sis Crusher does not have a sword. Sis Crusher does have a candle, though, which is technically a free source of damage, but only once per screen. Raining Elementalist following in the footsteps of the other runners, exploring level 3. Shaddy finds Norfair. With high jump boots and morph ball bombs, I believe that makes Norfair a pretty easy open book. Well, this is the screen that would give some trouble. Yep, Shaddy is attempting to do this. Usually we'd have the Ice Beam to do this, but this is a way to get around that without the Ice Beam. It's also possible to do this without high jump boots, but it is very, very difficult. That's Raining Elementalist picking up the Crane Totem from level. That's, what is that? Is that the candle? Did, Sis Crusher just pick up a second candle, or was that the other candle? Like, that might have been the same one that Shaddy picked up, but I didn't see where Sis Crusher got the first candle then. I might wait until Sis Crusher's in Zelda to mark that off. That's a wand for Shaddy. Since it is a way to stack damage with the sword, if you swing them at the same time, it does actually unlock extra damage potential, even no matter what sword you're holding. Raining Elementalist taking on Manhandla. Emasteel getting Triforce piece number 8. Raining Elementalist gets Morph Ball bombs, pack of bombs, and some boots. Raining Elementalist also clearing rooms entirely, it looks like. Sis Crusher made it up into the attic, a very item-dense area of Metroid. There's Varia's suit for Sis Crusher. Varia suit for Shaddy. Missile refill and some money completes this floor of the attic. Normally the attic is the top floor, but I considered this entire area. It's a triple decker. Now for the attic of the attic. Shaddy and Sizcrusher are very much doing the same things. Shaddy took the same hesitation here before doing the jump. Meanwhile, Mestiel gets to clean out a little bit more of Zelda, gets Triforce piece number 6. Guess he's doing some backtracking. Or not backtracking, but backfilling, I suppose? That's... what, letter? Or no, it's a map. That's just map for level 2. Level 8, sorry. Forgive me, it is very difficult to read those numbers on the blurry restream. Alright, mark off long beam for Shaddy. Never got to see anybody pick that up. Maybe I could just see my Steel pick it up if it doesn't already have it. Now I'm actually watching Eat My Steel to see if he already has long beam and I just didn't notice. Oh, that might be long beam. That's long beam. Where did they get... Oh, you know what? That's probably the item that they were starting Metroid with. Because I don't think we ever figured out what they started with in Metroid. Must have been long beam. Shai does an up B or down B back to the initial start of the whole game. Ooh, I really dig the Palutena and Life Pot Chozo statue reskin. Shaddy taking an elevator down into Kraid's lair. Gonna be retracing Reigning Elementalist's steps. And diverting from Sizcrusher, who looks like he's going down into Lower Norfair. Well, he's certainly got the equipment to do it. This is probably gonna be a pretty quick clear of Metroid for most runners. Shaddy picking up his second sword. And yes, Reigning Elementalist did get a white sword quite a while ago. Was I think the first to actually put those two together. Now, I may have missed Sizcrusher picking up... Oh, there's a second candle for Sizcrusher, so the first one was definitely not a candle. That might have been a sword. Yuma Steel also does not have Ice Beam and is going to have to take a harder jump in order to get there. Possibly was the thing that kept him from following that. Although that area would be out of logic. So it's a decent bet. Shai taking on two-headed Gleeok here with the white sword and the rod. Here we go, Elementalist looks like he just picked up map number 8. Barrel number 8. Well, that's Shaddy getting equipped with the Power Brace. Once again, nobody's seen the overworld, so the Power Bracelet's not going to come into effect until we can see that. That does call to mind that if we did do an overworldless seed, there are a few upgrades that would be useless. The letter, the bracelet, the raft. Sizcrusher picking up the wand. Ema Steel gets the Varia suit. Raining Elementalist gets... Is that another sword? It might have been the candle. You know, he's in Burnstar. That would have had to have been the candle. I just realized Screw Attack and Wave Beam are all we're missing from Metroid right now, and those are both optional. Oh, those are Triforce pieces. So, Raining Elementalist got Triforce Piece 8 and 6. That's right, trying to get the blue ring for killing the two-headed Gleeok. Triforce piece number 5 for Sis Crusher. And then I still picked up something from the attic that I didn't get to see. With how dense these required item pickups are, I'm actually wondering if... Oh, there's the Wave Beam, too, Shaddy just found. I'm wondering if something happened in the scene and it actually doesn't have a connection to the overworld. Or maybe it's locked behind some pretty hefty requirements. That could be, so it's not in logic for quite a while. Didn't get to see what My Steel just pulled out of that area. Didn't get to see what Raining Elementalist picked up. Between the blurry restream and watching 4 runners, it's pretty tough to keep track of everybody. Much more heavily equipped, Raining Elementalist heads back into Kraid's lair. Shaddy finds another entrance to level 4. Raining Elementalist opting for the top path. Very likely that the other side is, yep, it's blocked. About to get his Wave Beam. Says Crusher back, now down into Ridley's lair, the first to actually make it. Potion for My Steel there, but he didn't get it before he died. Looks like My Steel's also down in Ridley's hideout. Point of distinction that Ridley's hideout has very interesting configurations in the room shuffle, like Sis Crusher just showed off. The way the rooms connect... Is that the recorder? Looks like Sis Crusher picked up the recorder. The way that rooms connect in the randomizer for Room Shuffle for Metroid for Ridley's hideout generates interesting logic requirements. A lot of Morph Ball Bomb situations just because of the way 2 rooms join together. And that's not something you see in any of the other areas. That's another recorder for Eat My Steel. Shaddy had the floating blue door. Yep. Looks like Reigning Elementalist gets to drop in right above Kraid here. Might actually be spoiling for a Kraid fight. You must still having an unenviable task of trying to roll into that. There's two cubbies. He's going for the lower one right now. Looks like he really wants that potion though. Syscrusher also doing the exact same thing here as Eat My Steel, but with a larger reserve of energy. Unfortunately, with the damage that you're taking from the lava, it keeps you in invulnerable state in Metroid too long to pick up the energy tank, both Syscrusher and Eat My Steel having to learn the hard way. Syscrusher managing to take the potion, though. You must steal right back here. That must have been a portal, or there must have been a portal very close by. Keys for both Shaddy and Reigning Elementalist. Ema still takes another death, chasing after the life of the potion. Syscrusher finding level 2, pops in right on the Dodongo. Gonna have a very quick level 2 here. That's Master Sword for everybody but Syscrusher, who's lagging behind. I should say Eat My Steel also... I marked off the White Sword for Reigning Elementalist. I guess Eat My Steel hasn't been to Kraid yet, so he doesn't have the White Sword either. Neither has Syscrusher, now that I think about it. That's the sword he's missing. Didn't get to see what he pulled out of the Triforce room, though. He's too busy marking off a bunch of things that should have been marked off and weren't. Looks like he was weighing whether to spend that key on the door. And there is going to be one more potential item here in level 2. In the room that would normally contain the blue boomerang. And the worst it can be is an upgrade, so you may as well check, right? That's the bow for Reigning Elementalist. And we have not seen an overworld yet. Syscrusher could also be exploring level 2 to try to find a way to the overworld. That's actually going to be a pretty good resource as soon as somebody actually gets there. It could entirely be that only one of these dungeons actually has an exit to the overworld. At least a conduit between Metroid and Zelda. It could be that all the other dungeons are split between a side that can only be accessed through Metroid and a side that can only be accessed through the overworld. I definitely would prioritize trying to find the overworld. I'm digging the Kraid reskinned into Kid Icarus on Reigning Elementalist's side. Eat My Steel really wants that potion. But now that I think about it, it's not just the potion, it's also a way to get over to the other side. Syscrusher picks up something that it was a pixel mess, and also spies a key past the jump. Syscrusher picked up arrow. We are rapidly approaching viability to complete both seeds. We know where the bow is. We know where one arrow is. We don't know. We're still missing at least one more Triforce piece. Syscrusher unlocks level 8 here from Ridley's hideout. There's still a few checks here. I'm really thinking that the overworld may not be a part of this. Let me check the flag set here. Overworld is set to be able to connect with dungeons. Dungeons and dungeons alone. And also, dungeons are not able to connect to each other. Rending Elemental is taking on Kraid or Twin Bellows. Using Lava Strats without Varia Suit. And that is extremely hard to read what the energy readout is for Raining Elementalist, so I can't even tell how close this is. Non-Various Suit taking on a boss, this does seem to be one of the, easier ways to ensure that you're still going to stay alive. Syscrusher taking that. Transport Staircase. Didn't get to see if he pulled anything out of the Magic Key spot, or the book spot. I can never remember which is which in Vanilla Level 8. It's been way too long since I played Vanilla. Syscrusher finding a ladder block. Raining Elementalist killing Twin Bellows. Getting a hefty deposit of missile packs. Hungry Door, too. That looks like it's Triforce piece number 1. We do have potentially enough Triforces to get into level 9 now. Not on any one player, but known about in the seed. Now, one thing I have on my mind is I don't think we've actually seen a full clear of level 2 yet. I'm not even sure if we've seen a full clear of level 1. I don't think anybody went into the south area, or I could have just been wrong because I haven't been keeping a track of where people are. By the way, Shaddy picks up the bow. As Syscrusher picks up Screw Attack. Definitely feeling like we may not see the overworld today. If that does indeed happen, how about making this a much more official and intentional style of flag set? Raining Elementalist picks up the money. That's another aspect. If we have no overworld, then money is well, no, it isn't completely useless because there are 2 upgrades that you buy from dungeons. And if this were second quest, Mugger Rooms could charge. Syscrusher making some steady work through level 8. Mugger rooms are a vanilla feature for level 7 and level 8 of second quest. Really does not watch for waves from below. Apparently neither does Kraid. I'm thinking Eat My Steel may be exploring a part of level 4 that we haven't seen yet. Finds that other entrance to Kraid. And this might be his first entrance into Kraid, so I'm wondering how he got into level 4. Speaking of, Sis Crusher is in level 6. And the hunt for the overworld continues. Sis Crusher is holding an arrow, but I don't believe is holding a bow. Won't be able to kill Goma here. Finds the transport staircase here in the very south of level 6. Winds up close to the wand spot. Burning Elementalist finding level 1, I believe for the first time. Maybe I'll get to see what the items that I missed here are. Shaddy finding level 1 also for the first time. Right around the same time here as Reigning Elementalist. That was Longbeam, right? I'll check for Shaddy, but I also want to see what Aquamentus drops. That's blue, that's the other ring. So that's red ring. And that was Triforce piece 7? Shaddy picking up the Ridley Totem. It's all coming together. Okay, I'm gonna try to keep an eye on Shaddy as he goes through the wooden boomerang room. Trading places here with Reigning Elementalist. Here's the wooden boomerang room. What have we got? That's Ice Beam. Okay, marking that off for both of them. Reigning Elementalist has killed Kraid / Twin Bellows, and we'll be picking up the second totem here, and has all of the required things. We could see Mother Brain Dive right about now. It's a ring pickup for Shaddy and Triforce piece number 7. Now this means that I think our other runners are probably sitting on rings that I didn't even consider. So anybody who has Triforce piece 7, I guess that means Sis Crusher. Sis Crusher definitely has a ring. Alright, Manji and the Boots, already known from Reigning Elementalist. I'm real excited for this Torian here. No Torian? Where's the entrance? I thought it was in level 1. Was I wrong? Is it in level 3? I have a Varia suit, screw attack, and 1 E-tank. I would say Sis Crusher is in a very good spot for Metroid. Shady making sure to check every room here in level 1. Steel finds another entrance into level 4 from Kraid. So far, we are still missing level 5 and level 7. I'd say 2 of the biggest levels. Level 8 might be a little bigger than 5. Both of them do contain upgrade spots as in addition to their other... We are seeing a Torian run from Reigning Elementalist. Can we get a sub 1 hour Mother Brain? Pandora style Metroids. It's pretty great. I don't think I got to see those last week because I believe Reigning Elementalist forfeits before reaching Mother Brain. Oh yeah, I just didn't get to... Oh, maybe I did see them. They do seem a little familiar. Still, this is a fantastic sprite set. Right, 0 E-Tanks, no Varia suit. This is gutsy. That's a sword for Syscrusher. That gives him Magic Sword. Guess Syscrusher must have a subscription because he got mags. Elementalist taking a death. I didn't see how much energy he had before he took the death. Excuse me, Tracker. I said Syscrusher got mags. Steel taking on the two-headed Gleeok. Has White Sword, didn't... And picks up, that is the Power Brace. It's looking like Reigning Elementalist is looking for missile drops from these Pandoras, the hammer drops from these Pandoras. The Syscrusher takes out the Gleeok, picks up the Power Bracelet, picks up the... Yeah, Reigning Elementalist has to be very careful about those rank of spawns. Steel finding a ladder block here in level 4 that's guarding the raft spot. So that's very interesting. There's at least one check now gated by the ladder. Timely missile drop for Reigning Elementalist. Another one. Can we get no energy tank, no Varia suit, Mother Brain? Very good rank of freezing. Try to keep my eye on the other runners so that everybody else can just watch this fantastic Mother Brain fight, and I can report in on anybody else taking anything of note. But I gotta admit, I'm pretty hyped for this. Looking like 30 damage per hit, which I think is vanilla. Very careful dodging there. Get the perfect Rinka freeze. And we're on to Medusa. Siscrusher picking up the Wave Beam from Kraid's hideout. Shady picking up Triforce piece number 5. It's a precarious freeze on that Rinka. Siscrusher is fully loaded. Might be intentionally taking a death? Not entirely sure. Raining Elementalist being very meticulous here, have to be very careful. But still managing not to take a hit. Oh, shot 2 instead of 1. Spoke slightly too soon. You don't want to be spitting when you jump out of that lava. Can't take any more hits. Probably starving for that Rinka. Gets the Rinka. Oh. Takes a death to lava with Novaria suit. Oh, what a tragedy. Nice start to refilling the missiles, too. 75 is already enough if he can manage to make it there without expending too many on these Pandoras. My Steel Siscrusher still traversing through Kraid. Shady ending up in Ridley's hideout, I think, for the first time. My Steel finds the bow. Not sure if Siscrusher ever picked that up. It would be very good if he did. He'd be the first to put together a bow and arrow. Raining Elementalist takes a hit, takes a second hit, very much wants to heal. Shady picking up the recorder. Here's Siscrusher picking up the bow. A lot of tense plays going on. Not sure if anybody's in a pretty safe spot here. We are coming up on the hour mark, so if we wanted to get that Mother Brain in before the hour, we're down to 90 seconds. Not sure that it'll be Mother Brain and Escape in time, but we might see Mother Brain in time. Then again, with how meticulous and careful Raining Elementalist has to be, we may end up not seeing Medusa go down. 11, 12, 13. That's 13 hits. Oh, very careful freeze. Takes a drink. Not advisable, but possibly necessary. And takes a death. Raining Elementalist is in for a penny, in for a pound here. Gets a missile drop off of the first Metroid kill. manages to freeze a hat before it secures itself. Or noxious vapor cloud. That looks like another arrow that Shaddy is revealing here, which I know somebody picked up. So, Emi Steel may also have... Is that the... Yeah, I need to see people's equipment in Zelda, because I'm almost entirely certain... That was Shaddy picking that up, right? Almost entirely certain we've seen other people pick that up. By the way, Emi Steel is taking on Kraid. Shaddy now joining the race for, or not race for, but the competition for getting up into that area with the potion. He must steal down to 15 HP, 15 energy. Threads a needle, but gets hit by another. Takes some invul and frames. Sis Crusher now fighting Kraid as well. Has a bit of the benefit here with both Wave Beam and Ice Beam. Did Emi Steel also have Wave Beam? May have to double check that. The lead that Raining Elementalist put up ahead is getting slowly eroded. We do not have a sub 1 hour Mother Brain. Sis Crusher defeats Kraid. Now this is a quest item back here, so it is Triforce piece number 1. I believe he's the first to put together 5 Doritos, which is enough to attempt to get into level 9, although we haven't found level 9 yet. Now, this would be the ultimate. If the only way to get into level 9 is from the Zelda overworld, and we're still looking for the way to get to Zelda overworld. I'm not sure which I'm rooting for more at this point, whether it's to find level 9 here in Metroid, or to need to find the overworld that we've not seen in the entire seed just to get to level 9. As for what's randomized in Metroid, it is also room layouts. The tiles that are used to build Metroid are shuffled. We're back for round 3 with Medusa. Sis Crusher is back into Zelda, into level 4. Which he's already been through. Maybe looking for... I need to see his item screen to see if he's got wood arrows or silver arrows. Alright, that's death number 3 for Raining Elementalist. Here comes round 4. 19 energy out the gate. Plenty good on missiles. I think if anything stops Raining Elementalist, it's going to be not having enough missiles by the end of this, or from starting this. If you run out of missiles in Torian, you're done. There's no bureau to file your complaint to. There's no redress. There's only leaving in shame. Speaking of shame, Raining Elementalist puts on a shame hat. I believe that's what they're called in the manual. If you look them up, shame hats. And that is correct that this rando Zelda does not do shapes for dungeons. Well, round 4 was not to be. Round 5, coming right up. Currently, actually, none of the shapes are randomized. Metroid still follows the same path, like it still builds the same thing, but what that path is made up out of is shuffled. So the dungeons fill the same shape, but the same thing with Metroid, the room contents are randomized. Like the terrain of the room is randomized, but it'll always have the same connections. You can learn more about Z1M1 at our Discord, or you can download it and try it for yourself at z1m1.info. It would be very nice if any of the bot commands would work right now, but they don't seem to, so z1m1.info is the website to pick this up. Alright. Round 4 in the room, round 5 in Torian. Eat My Steel picks up the Ridley Totem. I'd be very keen to see if Eat My Steel also goes for the Metroid clear. A little surprised there. It looked like a frozen Rinka got shot and unfroze rather than got destroyed. Very, very interesting. Eat My Steel defeats Aquamentus, picks up a ring. It gets picked up by a Wallmaster before claiming the Triforce. Reigning Elementalist, round 5 has concluded. Mother Brain 5, Reigning Elementalist 0. Torian takes another life. Better to get it out of the way early, though, than prolong the suffering. Oh, it could be that their HP was randomized high enough to take 2 hits, which can be a blessing and a curse. Shady finds level 8. Here we can see what the item that I missed was. Quick block clip, and there's Screw Attack. I didn't miss that item. Now Eat My Steel has picked up Triforce Piece 7. Also probably picked up Ice Beam when I wasn't looking, since that's right here in level 1. Also, I swear I picked up Wave Beam and I didn't mark that. I don't know why. Now, Eat My Steel, I don't think he was actually victorious in his fight with Kraid, so he is not sitting on enough missiles to be comfortable going into Torian. Syscrusher, on the other hand, is looking at 140 and has both totems and a full loadout in Metroid and an energy tank. I would not be surprised if Syscrusher feels confident enough to take on Mother Brain at this point. But there's no reason necessarily to go back into the dungeon. Shady finds an energy tank. It's the same one that Syscrusher found earlier. Raining Elementalist picking up a bunch of energy to enter here. It takes a hit immediately, takes 2 hits immediately. Back to the farm he goes. Fills back up to full. Doesn't jump, gonna take another hit immediately. Jumping right back out. Back to the farm he goes. You're gonna want to jump as you enter this room. Well, no, he takes that hit. Crusher looks like he's in lower Norfair. I'm not sure if we've seen anybody dive that deep yet. Shaddy found Overworld. That's huge. Shaddy also found Wood Boomerang. Says no to it. Taking on the four-headed Gleeok. Red Ring, White Sword, and Rod. And for all that work, a key. I need to know. Overworld, this is huge. How did Crusher not find this? Daylight at last. Holy crap. Well, an entire world awaits Shaddy here. Plenty of checks. Oh, this is wild. With a rectangle piece of the Triforce, too. I will, however, laugh if it turns out that the overworld is not required. Did he get the ladder then? I mean, if it was blocked by the ladder, I'm pretty sure he must have it, so I'll mark that off. This is just too wild. He finds level 6. Steel finds Triforce piece number 5. Shaddy finds a magical shield here in level 6, one of the best places you can look for it if you really want to have protection. Round I've lost count with Medusa Brain here in Metroid for Reigning Elementalist. Steel having a bit of a tricky bomb jump here, manages to make it. Well, Crusher is in Ridley's hideout and could very well pick up the ladder himself. Steel's also in Ridley's hideout. Could very well pick up the ladder. Could very well pick up an arrow if he didn't already. Not sure if he did. Reigning Elementalist takes yet another death. The grind continues. So far, I don't think we've seen any good stuff come out of the overworld. Crusher taking on Ridley for the dual boss finish. Reigning Elementalist putting on a shameful hat, having to up A immediately. Well, not having to, but taking the smart choice, upping. Says Crusher using the waves from below strategy that was hinted about earlier. Takes a nice cool bath while sending some love Ridley's way. Some molecule exciting waves. There goes Ridley. Gets booped right out of the reward room. Shaddy finding some money up in the overworld. It's where you spend it, it's where you collect it, I guess. So Crusher gets an energy, 30 energy refill for fighting for Ridley. Another one of those I'm not sure what I'm hoping for situations here with Reigning Elementalist. Do we want him to run out of missiles and leave and continue to progress? Or do we want the dream to be alive? Steel looks like he's trying to set up for freezing these Disgigas into a position where you can bomb jump into that small hole. I've done this. I was very small at the time. There it is! I don't recommend it as a fun exercise unless you have a lot of time on your hands and are very patient. We got another round here. Medusa's staring down Pit. Sis Crusher and my Steel both in Ridley's hideout. Sis Crusher now having to contend with that hell of a jump out of the lava. Masteel finds level 2 for the first time. I can finally see what the Triforce room here had that I missed. Shaddy picks up Triforce piece number 3. And Reigning Elementalist takes down Mother Brain. I missed I missed what my Steel picked up from the Triforce room. We're looking at not terrible Torian Escape. It's a 4 cycle. I always like the 3 cycles a little better. Reigning Elementalist trying to make it a 3 cycle. Do we keep this dream alive, or? Well, the dream is real. You don't even need the Morph Ball bombs. We have a hint from Shaddy. 9th enemy has the bomb. That's Book, looks like, for Shaddy. I don't know if he wanted it, but he got it. G for Reigning Elementalist. Time is about 1:18. That timer is impossible to read on Reigning Elementalist side. What I find a little interesting here is I think Reigning Elementalist got deposited back into Metroid and not into Zelda. Masteel in level 2, Sis Crusher also in level 2. Although Sis Crusher's been here before. I guess just doing a little cleanup. Didn't get to see what that is. Hold on. What did is that bait? Yeah, I think Syscrusher just picked up bait from the magical key or magical boomerang spot. Gets magic shield. Shay checking all the caves. All the caves. The whole world is completely unclean, and he needs to clean it. That's red candle for Shaddy. Let's mark that off. You know what? I'm gonna switch. If Shaddy's music is able to be used, let's get some overworld too. Nope. No luck. Of course, the real secret that I'm going to reveal right now is I do not like the Norfair music. Shaddy finds level 7. So that's potentially overworld blocked, since I think we've seen just about everything else. So good job, Shaddy. Let's see if it was worth it. So far, I don't think the overworld's justified itself. It does have a Triforce piece that you can't get any other way. But it might not even be required to have that Triforce piece. So let's see how beneficial finding level 7 really is. Maybe finding the overworld is a curse. But at this point, I think we've seen almost all of Metroid. That's a cane? I have no idea what Raining Elementalist just picked up. Oh, the wand. Yeah, I know that's the wand because it's here in Norfair. Did Syscrusher pick up the ladder while I wasn't looking? And I don't know. So Shaddy killed Aquamentus, didn't get to see it picked up. It finds the second boomerang. Ema Steel picking up the screw attack. Regardless of anything else, we can say Raining Elementalist did defeat Mother Brain without ever seeing the overworld. Didn't get to see what Shai just pulled out of the, oh, that was an E-tank. Yeah. Okay. Syscrusher finds overworld! Also has Triforce piece number 2 somehow. Raining Elementalist picks up, I believe, the magic sword? It was a mushroom. Wait, that's... I don't remember what that is. Oh my gosh, I do not remember that. What was up there? There was an item. Oh, Varia's suit. Alright, we can see a few more checks here that Syscrusher's doing that I didn't get to see other players check. Ema Steel also says no to the boomerang this late in the game. Shaddy finds the bait. The Garaya that is hungry for the bait. Possibly not required. Actually, very much not required if he's already been to the... ooh. Ema Steel did pick up the boomerang. He's already been to... Oh, there's the raft. He's already been to all the important places here in level 7. Still not sure if Overworld's required, but we still need to find level 9. I think Syscrusher is doing some checks that Shaddy didn't do, or I was too busy watching Reigning Elementalist pick up, or fight Mother Brain. Mother Dusa. I think I need to see my steel shoot. He might have Wave Beam. That was from Crades, but it's been a while since I've paid attention, so he couldn't be have. Syscrusher not even picking up the map for level 4, not even sparing the dignity for that poor NPC who scrounged this together in the hopes of being helpful. Shaddy pulling off a raft check. Now, if this raft check does pay off, that means that level 7 is required and the overworld is required. Finds a medicine missile. Medicinal missile. Burn row here for Shaddy. White Sword Cave for Syscrusher. Says no to paying. No good Samaritan. He must steal. Finding some Pole's voice. That he didn't stop to pull out the bow, I'm pretty sure indicates he doesn't have the arrows. Reigning Elementalist picks up another piece of candy, so that's definitely not a my brain is blanking right now. It gets the candle too. Definitely not a bait. Shaddy finds level 9. It's in Burn Row, it's in the overworld. Overworld is required. Ladder is required. He must steal here in level 8. Don't know if he has the ladder yet. Oh, let me see. No, does not have the ladder, but he does have silvers. So I'm not sure why he didn't want to take out the Pole's voice. Alright, so someone has silvers. Pretty soon may have enough Triforces to start trying 9 if he ever gets into the overworld. Oh, what a time to be alive. I marked off Triforce Piece 2 for Syscrusher, I swear. That's Triforce Piece 5 for Reigning Elementalist. Shaddy just clearing out all the overworld checks. As soon as Eat My Steel or Reigning Elementalist get to the overworld, whoever's audio is playing is going to be theirs. I crave that music. And the 2 players that don't have available audio to restream are the ones who found the overworld first. I'm paying keen attention here to Eat My Steel to try to find where people have been picking up the ladder. So far, the power bracelet checks have been not rewarding. We got a money-making game, we've got a door repair charge, and I didn't see what the other one was. I think Shaddy's going for the final one. Syscrusher finds the actual Take Any Road. And here's the wow, they met up here at the power bracelet check. It's another money. Oh no, it's a hint room. Shai taking a stiff fine for wandering into the wrong cave. Syscrusher checks out the coast. Gets the opposite result, actually gets money out of it. He must heal, killing Ridley while he bounces on his own projectile? Unfortunately, is only going to be finding energy behind behind Ridley. Checking the final raft check. I don't know if I've seen a hint telling how many Triforce pieces to unlock. That might have been a key to why Shaddy left level 9. Shaddy had a unique problem there where the damage knocked him above the trigger for triggering the raft, and he walked back down and had to take the raft. Syscrusher picks up an energy tank for a hefty chunk of chain. Two runners are swirling around each other. I need to see their pause screens because I need to see if they have silvers, because I'm not sure where they put that together, but speaking of, I didn't see what Earning Elementalist just picked up too. Keep track of everybody is so difficult. Steel moving through level 6. Moving as if he doesn't have the ladder. I'm not so sure he got the ladder. He doesn't have the ladder, I just double checked there. No ladder for Eat My Steel. Trying to keep an eye on Shaddy and Syscrusher if they ever pause. I want to do a double check on some of their equipment. One of the reasons they might not be pausing so much is that Z1M1 allows you to hold select and press left or right to switch your equipment if you're so inclined. Shaddy just did that to switch to the wand. Syscrusher just did it there to switch to bombs. Saves a lot of time. Finds another medicinal missile. Shaddy with the White Sword Cave check. Finds a nice Good Samaritan room. I don't know for sure if Steel ever had... oh, he's got mags, so that's something to mark. If he ever had the magic shield, but he doesn't have it anymore if he did. I'm not sure if we've seen Death Mountain checks yet, so Shaddy might be in a good position to get those knocked out. Yeah, we're seeing Spectacle Rock coming up here. Running Elementals is actually in Lower Norfair at this point, I'm pretty sure. So much of the game was done without the overworld that a lot of these overworld checks are not very fruitful, but we did find one Triforce piece in overworld check. Syscrusher finds level 7. Says no. Might be a heads-up play. The raft was the only thing important in there so far, along with another boomerang. Nobody cares about that. Yeah, might be heads up not going into level 7 here. Raining Elementalist doing the Norfair wrap. I might have been wrong. Oh, that's not how you do the Norfair wrap. So I'm wondering what happened here. I don't believe Norfair can generate blank vertical tiles. No, I'm very... Oh, is he wrapping the other way? Is he wrapping out of Lower Norfair? Now that's interesting. I'm not sure that this usually pays off, but in the special circumstances, especially where portals can show up on the sides of the area here, this might be one of the better ways to get up there from Lower Norfair. The portal showing up on the sides is so that you can't always up A to the upper part of Norfair here. Shady getting some more Death Mountain checks in. Syscrusher about to find level 9. We've got this room, not finding anything important here. Spares that Gel's life, or Zol, I'm not sure which one is which. Need to learn that someday. And here's level 9. Does he go in? He goes in. Does he have enough? He has enough. Does he have silvers? Shady finds level 5. First to find level 5. Now we've seen that Ema Steel already has silvers, so actually we know level 7 is not required, level 5 is not required. We see Syscrusher here in level 9 having never been in level 5 and walking right out of level 7. Shady is very, very, very likely wasting time here. Raining Elementals picks up Triforce piece number 4, the first to do so. Limiting the utility of level 5 even further by narrowing down what it can contain. I'm guessing letter and magic key. If I could switch to Syscrusher's audio right now, I totally would. We see a bomb upgrade here for Shady. That's not the worst thing to find. Yeah, Syscrusher put together, I think, everything he needed to go to level 9 without going to the overworld. The only thing he needed to go to the overworld for was level 9. And level 9 is a bit special in terms of dungeons because there can be only one entrance to level 9. You can't walk into the backside from Metroid or something when the front is in Zelda. Shady does get the hint that Kraid hijacked the wave beam. A little late on that, though. Don't let the color palette fool you. Syscrusher is in level 9, while Shady is toiling in level 5. Syscrusher finds Ganon. That was a quick traversal. Magic sword in hand. He's got to have silvers. I'm going to mark that off. There's no way you walk into Ganon and don't up A without having silvers. And one more hit should do it. There. Pause, switch to silvers. Ganon dodges the first arrow. And Shaddy finds the letter, and Sis Crusher finds the Triforce of Power. One of these is a little bit more exciting than and rescues the Scree. That's G for Sis Crusher. My Sis Crusher, I believe, has seen Torian and has enough. Yeah, he's got both totems. Speaking of Torian, Ema Steel is in Torian right now, finishing off Mother Brain. Or, I believe Ganon, because I think Ema Steel has the bosses reversed, just like the sprites are reversed here. Now, Sis Crusher needs to find the way to Torian. Didn't get to see if Shaddy found the Dig Dogger and Triforce here in level 5 yet. Triforce room. But here's the upgrade room. 50 for a key. That is a bad deal. Ema Steel now has the Varia suit here. This is the first time I've heard this music, so I'm thinking this is the first time Reigning Elementalist has been in Ridley's hideout. We'll be getting a useless recorder here momentarily. Useless because level 5 and level 7 are the only places where Dig Doggers are, and neither of those are required, and none of the overworld is really required except for having the candle. Ema Steel deploying missiles into Vitreous. Sorry, it's not Ganon, it's Vitreous. There's the recorder for Reigning Elementalist. Fun fact that we discovered on the Z1M1 Metroid, or Z1M1 Discord, Vitreous in the manga was a voyeuristic girl that entered the Dark World and was transformed into a bunch of eyeballs, or a many eyeball-having monster. There's Ladder. I hear the fanfare, I look over, there's Ladder in that energy tank spot with the false floor. If that's what's holding up Ema Steel, that's going to be pretty tragic. There's Mother Brain or Vitreous for Ema Steel, so one roadblock removed. Shaddy back in level 8. He might have seen a Triforce hint that told him he needed 6 to enter level 9, and maybe he's looking for another Triforce piece. Sis Crusher is in Torian, about to bring this thing to a close. At least bring first place into a close. Shaddy back in Ridley's hideout. Ema Steel gets out of Torian. Single G for Ema Steel. Single G for Sis Crusher as well, if I didn't say. I think I did when he rescued the Scree, but... There's something a little magical about seeing Contra heroes fight Metroids. Guess he must steal. Let me double check. He might have forfeit. I want to make sure. No forfeit yet. Still looking good. Steel's probably reassessing where he can go. Siscrusher is on Mother Brain's room. For the win. Burning Elemental's having the same difficulty here, bomb jumping into that little niche. Shaddy picks up silver arrows. That's what he was missing. That's probably why he didn't go into level 9. And let me do a quick check for you here. I'm never sure where to check for this, for what's allowed in level 9. Burning Elementalist makes it up to the potion. Here we are, optional equipment in lower, so there could not have been silvers in 9 for him to check, so he knew not to look there. Alright, Siscrusher throwing missiles into the pulsating organ in a glass jar. Also throwing some wave beams in there. Three tanks and Varus suit, and he's down on his last one here. Getting bullied by the Rinkas. Oh, just having a hard time getting them to line up. Taking a few lava baths. Burning Elementalist picks up possibly the first arrows, possibly the second. I'll have to see. You must steal fully explored level 4. Back at the job. Siscrusher throwing more explosives. There it is. 71 HP. Siscrusher destroys Mother Brain. Just has to escape. This will be first place coming in soon. Coming in hot. Generous escape timer. Generous layout for platforms. Takes a 3 cycle. Shady silver arrows in hand. Re-enters the overworld. Also picked up Triforce piece number 2. That's GG for Siscrusher. Official SRL time, 1 hour, 49 minutes, and 35 seconds. We'll see if Siscrusher will join us for an interview. That was a very fantastic seed. Shaddy in level 9 hasn't finished Torian yet, but is ready to take on Ganon. Let's see if Shaddy has just as easy of a time navigating level 9 as Syscrusher did. He must still puzzling out where he has to go. Reading Elementalist, needing a bit more missiles. Running very low here, as if I'm reading correctly. Yep, out of missiles, finds a succubus? No, that's not who that is. Is that Palutena? How come Palutena's fighting Pit here? Alright, there's Shaddy fighting and drinking a potion. Fighting Ganon. Welcome to Syscrusher, GG.
Thank you.
Well, this was a seed.
Yeah, it pretty much gave you everything right away.
Except for the overworld.
That was really interesting. I knew it had to be in a dungeon somewhere just based on the flags, but yeah, in 2, or was it in 2? No, it was in 8. It was in 8, but you had to have the ladder.
Right. And Shaddy just beat Ganon, by the way, so single G for Shaddy. So were you in go mode by the time you got to the overworld?
Yeah, I was just looking for 9, or a raft to find 9. That was the only thing I needed. And yeah, I was like, well, this because yeah, there was nothing else. It was just, well, wherever 9 is, it might take a while. I don't know, but
yeah,
I didn't need to go into any dungeons, so I had to whistle to go to other dungeons. But I mean,
yeah. I noticed that you found level 7 and then left it immediately, which was a pretty big tip that you were really just looking for 9. I couldn't see if you had silvers until you got in there. You know, it's hard to track everybody when it's 4 players.
Silvers, I think I got in 2 on my way to looking for the overworld.
Oh, that must be the magical boomerang?
Yes, the magical boomerang. I was key blocked out of there early, so I couldn't finish it, and I knew the overworld had to be in a dungeon, but so I just started going back to all the dungeons, and I know I missed a room in 1 that potentially could have led to the overworld. I was a little worried about that, but no, it was in 8. That's what I was looking for, path to the overworld.
Yeah, ladder blocked. I think that must have been why all of the progression was before that point, is because it was ladder blocked to even get to the overworld.
Yep.
So this brings up an interesting.
Much there.
Yeah, this brings up an interesting idea about. We could probably force to generate seeds where the overworld is not even there. Judging on how this seed played out, yeah, all of the important items were before you even found the overworld.
Yeah, if level 9 was in there instead of say 6, then you definitely would not have gone up to the overworld.
Now we wouldn't You didn't need to go into 5 or 7 either, so this could
never
be an
found
extremely
5.
short seed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shaddy found 5. Shaddy found both 5 and 7 and didn't have silvers, and so he spent some time exploring that. I think that might have been the big difference between you two. He was the first to find the overworld, but he wasn't in go mode when he got there, so he was doing all the checks.
Okay, and 5 was out there, I'm assuming.
Yep, 5 and 7 seem to be only accessible from the overworld. But you did get the book, you know?
Nice. Yeah, I missed that early sword too. Going down, I guess it would have been in Kraid. I didn't. We had to start with Morphball, and I didn't think to door wrap down there. Could have gotten that sword pretty fast, but it didn't. It didn't. There was still a sword that was. I mean, I had enough bombs to get through the levels, so it didn't matter. But I may have been able to pick up some more keys if I had that sword.
Yeah, that was a bit rough in the early bit for both you, Emesteel, and Shaddy. Reigning Elementalist was able to door wrap down there, was thinking about doing that. In fact, did it immediately. Found the sword before finding anything in Zelda.
Yeah, I did everything else. Like, I was all the way through Metroid before I went back to Kraid's Lair.
Yeah. Though there were other swords. I think, yeah, most people by this point have mags. Yeah, even Reigning Elementalists have to mark that one off.
Yeah, I found wand shortly after I found the sword, too.
Yeah. Well, Shaddy's sitting on a ton of energy tanks, too. I think by the time you finished, you had 3 energy tanks? Shaddy's looking
3.
at 6.
And I'm glad I did a little bit of farming for health there at the end, because I wasn't looking so good.
Yeah. Yeah, you were getting bullied quite a bit by the Rinkas.
I almost just went to skip. I almost completely just skipped the rest of Ridley to go to the dungeon, but I was like, hey, you know what? I'll finish this out, and the ladder was up there, so I'm like, oof, thank God.
Yeah, it's a really good find. Shaddy entering Mother Brain for the second place finish here. Also, what did you think about the 2-hit Rinkas? Is that better or worse?
I wasn't even really paying attention. It was a 2-hit.
Yeah, it's looking like they're taking 2 hits from the Wave Beam and Ice Beam combo. Like, unfreezing them doesn't kill them the first time.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes it does. That's weird. I
never really noticed that. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention, but...
Yeah.
They got me pretty good, though.
Yeah. Only my skills going down into the depths of Lower Norfair. I don't think you didn't have to go to Lower Norfair either, did you?
No, I went to... no, I didn't. I wasn't even really thinking about it. I was like, well, that'll be a last option.
Yeah,
I went from the north or elevator. I went like left and then down, grabbed that one spot, kind of by start, and then I did get a couple. I did clear the right side, but I never went down really deep.
Gotcha.
So now where the screw attack is normally in vanilla, I didn't go down there. There's only like maybe 4 items that I didn't get down there though. All of Metroid did everything else I cleared though.
Let me see. You don't have ladder marked for some reason. Let me get that on your scoreboard. But I'm looking at your items. I think you have all the essentials and none of the optional.
Right? Yeah, no boomerangs. A candle obviously wasn't required either, but I did find.
Well, one of them was required because 9
was required. Yes, level 9. But I found both of those really fast. And there was another arrow. I forgot where it was in Metroid somewhere. Maybe it was Kraid.
Oh, were they not progressive?
Yeah, they were, but I forgot where I got the first arrow.
Ridley's, I think.
Zelda. Okay.
Yeah, it would have been Ridley's. It would have been to the right of
right.
The item that you
where
get
you can
from the
see
jump.
Across the through the wall to the other item, right? Yeah.
don't think anybody got to check what Gomo was holding in level 6. It was interesting. There was a way to get into level 6 from the overworld, but it only had 4 rooms.
Yeah, I did find that entrance.
Oh, yeah.
I did find that. I left immediately. I think I marked it too. That would have been the Vanilla 2. That's where it was.
Yeah.
And 7 was in the Deadwoods.
Yeah, for the longest time, I was not even sure if Overworld was even going to be a required visit if 9 was in Metroid. Yeah. And I was also thinking, I wasn't sure whether there were any dungeons that would be split. Like, if we did end up finding one way into the overworld, if all of the other ones would have inaccessible portions, like 6 did, that you can only get to from the overworld. That'd be really interesting if there was only one bridge between the two games. Or between the overworld and Zebes, I guess, because you're still in the other game and in the dungeons.
Right. Yeah, I got ladder blocked out of 6, so I wasn't sure if it was segmented or not, but yeah, I don't know where the other entrance put me at because I wasn't really paying attention. I just left, just looking for 9, so I didn't really care.
Radiant Elementals picks up a P-switch, and I have no idea what that's supposed to be. I think that was an energy tank. Yeah, this location was an energy tank. And finds the overworld. Oh, if you ended up in the overworld without bombs, that would be frustrating. Little surprised he wasn't more excited about the overworld. Shaddy is now in the damage delivery phase for Mother Brain.
Okay, I just pulled it up. I see him now.
Yeah. Yeah, Shaddy has significantly more health in this fight, so all the Rinkas are going to do is rob him of time. Raining Elements picks up the boomerang. Shaddy picks up the dead Mother Brain. Coming down for the escape. We're going to have a second place finish here shortly. This Raining Elementalist is taking on the four-headed Gliok. 2 hearts left, but yeah, that went down pretty quick. Alright, there's Shaddy. That's an official SRL time of 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 50 seconds. Also, congratulations to Crusher on the sub 2 hour. Just noticed that at this point. But GG for Shaddy. Very surprised Raining Elementalist did not... oh, that's definitely Silver Arrows. Did not go to the overworld and is now in level 6. With most of the Triforce at this point, and the other piece of the Triforce in the overworld, I'm not sure what Raining Elementalist is expecting to find here.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't 100% certain I was in Go mode because I had 6 Triforces. So I was still potentially looking for those, but then I saw the hint and that was it. So
Gotcha.
it was min tries the seed.
5 then.
Yep.
By the way, Shaddy has joined us. GG Shaddy.
Thank you. GG Crusher.
GG,
Killed
man.
it. My goodness, Leo.
Yeah, this is a seed, that's for sure.
Yeah, it was very interesting how that rolled. It was weird, really crazy, like how the overworld just wasn't there.
Couldn't get to Zelda. That's what I kept saying.
We didn't see daylight for 90 minutes into the seed, basically.
And yeah, when I went to Shaddy, when I found the overworld, I didn't have to find anything at level 9, so that's probably what put me ahead.
I couldn't.
Except I didn't know how many tries I needed. I had 6, which was enough, but I didn't know that.
So I got hung up coming out of Ridley, where I think you're supposed to be able to bomb out of the lava, and I just couldn't do it.
Oh, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And so I went all the way around.
Yeah, I considered
so
that.
I missed level 2.
Yeah, oh no.
So I did the entire overworld. I checked every spot on the overworld.
Jeez. I did about maybe 55, 60.
Yeah, I mean, I still would have hit a lot of it anyway, I feel like. Same, looking for 9. That was short tries. I picked up quite a few tries on the overworld, I think.
Actually, correct me if I'm wrong. I think you only picked up Triforce piece number 3. Reigning Elementalist has only seen the overworld once and is only missing Triforce piece number 3.
Oh.
I only missing 2, and I didn't pick any on the overworld. But
4 came from Lower Norfair.
I'm glad I didn't go, because a lot of times if I'm in Dead, I did the whole eastern side of the overworld, and I did down near Start and then the Dead Woods, and a lot of times I'll go through the graveyard. This time I went back towards Candle Row, which saved me a lot of time. Because I would have full cleared the overworld looking for 9. I would have slowed right around it.
I know, my path was pretty similar, where even if I wasn't looking for... Because I was looking for 2, 5, and 7, basically, and I knew I needed 9.
Yeah. So
I was really concerned I had to go back to 4. Because the ladder was like so late, and 4 was so far back towards the beginning.
Yeah, what sucks is like I knew I had to probably have to go back to Ridley's lair, but I was there's no quick way to get to Ridley from the start, man. You had to go all the way through Burnstar, all the way through Norfair, back there through there, and because I got key blocked out of 2 the first time, right? Row 1.
Oh, no way.
And I needed to find the overworld anyway, so I ended up going back in there and then found them, but it didn't slow me down too much. But didn't do any of like the lame parts of Warfare.
Nah, I think level 4 had 2 Metroid entrances, but they were both in Kraid's lair, so that wasn't very helpful.
Yeah. There was nothing in the second entrance. I don't think I got ladder blocked in there. I couldn't finish it, but couldn't get
same. That's all I kept thinking about was have to go back there. No, what else? So I got through. I was able to pull bombs pretty early, Metroid bombs, and then I got to Norfair, and I decided to go back to Start and do Kraid.
Yeah.
And that was probably a bad decision instead of keeping going to Ridley.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hindsight.
I did late. Yeah, right. I wasn't expecting for the seed to play out like that, though. I guess, but I didn't do. If I had thought about it, I probably would have done Kraid first because he had more quality. He could have door wrapped down there. But I'm glad I did because there was all kinds of stuff all over Metroid.
Well, I figured I'd pop into Kraid and then be like instantly onto Zelda Overworld, and I was like, that's where I want to be.
Yeah, no kidding. There was a sword right there.
Yeah, I pulled early sword and early wand. I was like, oh, let's go. Let's get into Zelda.
Yeah, I did.
Meanwhile, there's like no E-tanks anywhere.
Yeah. Right.
Just getting killed left and right, like begging enemies to drop health.
Yeah. I didn't get. I think I did like 3 dungeons without a sword, but because I didn't go to Kra's lair. I forgot where that first sword was.
I believe there was one in Brinstar.
Okay, maybe that's where I got it. But it didn't take me long. I got a wand shortly after that, and then both other swords, like really fast.
I had the world's luckiest mother brain room I think I've ever had in my entire life. I need to farm missiles twice. So I didn't have enough missiles. I only had 80 going through there.
Wow. I had 2.
And I got a drop. I got the drop both times. It was unbelievable.
That's awesome, yeah.
It never drops.
Right?
Torians seem to be providing missiles a lot today, just across everybody's foray into Torian.
I had 220 missiles, so I didn't even worry about it. But I did only have 3 tanks, so I got under 100. There was like in the 60s or something when I finally got Mother Brain down. I was sweating a little bit.
They're all in the overworld.
Yeah.
I got 6 when I went down there. And 9 was really easy, which was nice
man,
too.
9 was so easy. Man, I found the path to gain. So
Yeah, that's definitely one of the easier ones we've had in a while. So that was really nice.
How many transport staircases did you have to go through again? It was just like
2.
2.
Yeah, maybe 2.
Yeah, I think I took 2, and then it took you to the northwest, and you could just bomb down and get there from there.
I was all excited when I heard the roar like 3 rooms in.
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, is this gonna bomb? I don't even know if it can bomb. I don't know if that's like in the rules, but I was hoping.
I think I don't. He's got like required staircases like worked into the logic. I think.
And no bomb walls.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you can bomb into Ganon logically, but I certainly tried.
No, I did too. Absolutely.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was like 2 rooms up from start. Like from you could hear him from the lobby or whatever.
Right.
Setting the tone for the dungeon. Just had to say hello, you know.
Someday we'll get the 5 room 9 in this.
Yeah. If this was Z1R, I'd have been like, yes. But if it's Z1M1, like, I'm skeptical.
It's in there. It's in there. We'll get it. We'll get it eventually.
Rupee didn't get the screw attack. Rough, man. Or did he?
No, didn't get screw attack.
Raining,
Or might have now, because now that Rain has gone through level 8, I might have missed picking up screw attack, but no, Raining's already done with Mother Brain. Did it on 0 E-tanks and no Varia suit.
Jeez.
Get out of town. That's amazing.
No kidding. Yeah.
I'll have to go back and watch that. That sounds amazing.
Certainly not on the first try. We're talking like 10th or 12th try.
Still pretty good.
It is. It is very impressive.
Where'd you get all your missiles? I see Steel's got like a million missiles too.
I killed both bosses.
Yeah, same with Steel here. Raining Element is doing all the overworld checks that I think roughly following the pattern Sis Crusher did, looping around the top. Because Shaddy, I think you went down and over the beach first, and then over to Deadwood.
Yeah.
That's what I did. I didn't. I did hit the waterfall, but then that's as far as I went. I up and ate to level 8, and then I went down, and then cleared the whole bottom half, and then I kind of looped back into the Candle Row.
I didn't realize I had a recorder.
Oh yeah, that
Also?
was what was that? That was.
I don't even remember picking that up.
Might have been
I was
level
like,
1.
That was
I
in
was
the
shocked when I
attic.
saw it.
The attic. Okay.
I had
Norfair attic.
Triforces for 7 and 5, which I could have just whistled to. So that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
I still would have had to search for 9 anyway, but I was like, what is this? A recorder? When did I get this?
What do we
Especially
start?
since it has no functionality outside of levels 5 and 7, and you don't even get to see those until you've gone to the overworld here.
What was the starting item for Zelda? Was there one? Bombs?
It's funny. I was talking to Metal before
I don't remember.
the seed, and I said, hey, can this roll none? Because none's an option. And he said, absolutely. And I'm
It
pretty
might have
sure it
been
rolled
none.
none.
I didn't see
Yeah.
anything. I know Long
Because
Beam
it
was the
was
starting item
set
for
to start
Metroid.
with bombs.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure it randomly selected none. Our luck.
I went to level 1 first, or I went right to level 1 was my first stop outside of that item, the whatever item that is on the way up, Brinstar. But I went to Turian first. Level 1
Oh,
was in there.
nice. Yeah, I skipped that for a while. I forgot that was going to be a entrance out.
Then 3 went to 3 next. And I didn't have a sword for those 2, but I had plenty of bombs.
Got lucky in 3 on a bomb drop because I went over to like the exit, and then when you came back in, the door was shuttered.
Yeah. With those dark nuts?
With the dark nuts, but
Yeah,
I could
red
walk
dark nuts,
and bomb drop in that room.
Yep.
So I was able to get
it's
back
either
out
kill them. Yeah, it's either kill them or you're going all the way back to Rinstar.
all the way back to start.
Yeah. Sometimes finding those doorways are a curse, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
It was good that
You know what?
the
Actually,
low dungeon.
oh, go ahead.
Oh, it was good that the low dungeons showed up first, though, for swordless.
Yeah, definitely. Actually, when I got the stairway item, I saw that the door was closed, so I up and ate before I checked what that door was the first time. So I up and ate down to the
Paying
bottom
attention.
of 3, and then
I did not.
and I only had,
I did not.
I had 2 bombs for Manhandla. The first one I think I knocked off one and he started going real fast, and then I had a really bad placement for the second one, but he bolted right for it and I got lucky.
Look at
And
you.
I think
2
that
balls.
was morph ball
Goodness.
bombs too.
Yeah, it was. That kind of
I got
opened up
really
the
lucky.
rest of Metroid. I think you needed them.
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody had that last bomb with Manhandla where he he moved in just the right way.
Happy. Because I've had so many times where it allowed rides on that sometimes early in the game when you
No
find
doubt.
a level 3 first and to try to get bombs sometimes to go back there it takes a long time. And that could have been a sword or a lot of times sword is over there in 3. And that happened to be the case because I only had 2. And in this Manhandla, the crazy Manhandla, he's hard to deal with.
I forget, is Turbo Handla still in 3.0?
I think he is.
Yeah, it's fast. I don't know if it's as fast as it used to be. Maybe it's fast. Certainly faster than vanilla.
I definitely liked it when you go through doors. You can't get beat up now than Metroid.
Yes. super frustrating. What is Steel looking for?
A lot of things actually. It needs the ladder to be able to go to
Right,
the overworld.
ladder.
Oh, actually, no, that's it. Actually, now that I
Yeah.
puzzle it out, that's it. That's the one piece that he's missing, and it's not even that hard to find since it's just left from
Yeah, it's next to that hole, the bridge or whatever that is.
I think
I
he was
almost didn't even go
so
there.
fixated on the potion jump that I don't think he ever went all the way to the left. That one lava jump to the right of the elevator.
Ugh,
Yeah.
you have nightmares about that thing. Never got it. I tried like four deaths or something.
I got it twice. One time, I guess I got it both the same way. It just took a long time. I think I did run out of health there once. Oh, he's just now finding that candle. He's up in the attic.
Oh yeah,
now.
and that was. Guess that's necessary too.
I think I had one already by that time I found that one. But
I'm amused. It looks like Raining Elementals might have to check every single overworld cave just by the way that they're moving through all of the screens here. Raft was in 7, so if he wants to check the Raft spots, he's going to have to go into 7.
that was the only item that I could have possibly needed. I found power bracelet, and, flute.
Well, the power bracelet was worthless.
Yep. I was thinking I was gonna need to go dig something to find a letter, and then I'm gonna have to find a raft in a shop.
I'm willing to bet the any key was in level 9. We saw both boomerangs. I think any key's the only thing we didn't see.
Did anybody go back to 4 after getting the ladder?
No.
I guess my skill didn't get the ladder. But somebody had a full clear of 4, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I was just missing that raft, the raft room.
Must have been Rupee then, or Raining Elementalist.
Yeah, it's possible. He's been all over. Well, Ema Steel's in Ridley's hideout and heading left. This could be a big moment. Guess the big question is, where does he go after he gets the ladder? If he goes back to level 4, that's going to be a real rough wake up.
Oh, it's going to take forever.
Still only has 1 energy tank also.
Wow. Yeah, he's almost dead too. He's got a screw attack, that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
I didn't get that terribly early, but I did get very super early.
That was in the attic. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 200 missiles. You don't have to save them all.
There's the ladder. Not sure Raining Elementals has gone to Deadwood, but I think that he's been everywhere else at this point. Oh yeah, this is how Eat My Steel got through this area. Freezing the Disgigas in the right spot to just bomb jump through the hole.
I did try that once, but I killed them all, I think. It's hard laying bombs in the water, man.
Oh yeah, and they don't give you enough momentum. I'm pretty sure Reading Elementalist is just looking for level 9, and with the pattern that he's using, I want to know if it's going to be one of the last areas that he even has to check.
Candle Row is notoriously it's always the last spot I look for some reason. And never routed in, but I've been last few races I've been making effort to do it.
Particularly if you've just gotten the candle, it's a dense check zone. He's on his way. Still trying to freeze the Disgigas, accidentally kills one. So you're saying about not getting hit out of the doorways anymore, but pretty sure that's just what happened here for you.
I mean, like during the transition, it used to be they could just fly right through.
Oh yeah. I get you. That the ones that can still
vanilla.
Move.
Yeah, vanilla. Fly right through the door as you're walking through.
Yeah.
Raining just tried to bomb into Ganon's room. Also.
Good man.
He was super disappointed when it didn't open. We were all there.
Still's really trying to set up this Disgiga's jump, and it's not coming together.
I think I tried bombing every square on the floor down there. Trying to find another way through. Man, that's a good spot though to get up there. Needs to morph, roll off, and then unmorph and jump.
Yeah, that would have done it.
So I'm guessing he was probably in the lava for a while and couldn't make that bomb jump either. If he's resorting to this. I don't think
he ever succeeded. Yeah. Here's
it is required. Like, you couldn't get all the way back around.
A worm? What? I don't know what. Is it like a sandworm? I don't know what Raining Elementalist is fighting, but it's dead.
Sarlacc pit.
Yeah. Well, that's GG for Raining Elementalist. Yeah, okay. Didn't know if he was actually going in for it. Okay, there we go. Official SRL time: 2 hours, 28 minutes, 41 seconds. GG to Raining Elementalist. No victory music, unfortunately. Alright, we'll see if Raining Elementalist will join us.
See if Steel ever gets out of this room.
We're joined by Raining Elementalist. GG.
GG, I guess.
GG.
Yeah, GG. Well done.
So, was I the only one that fought Mother Brain without energy tanks?
Yes, you were the only one who fought Mother Brain without any E-tanks.
No
So
wonder why.
Treasure did with 3.
No wonder why they.
Shady did
why-
with 6.
Well, of course, Shady did 6.
Only 80 missiles though.
Only 80. No. Well, I feel accomplished.
That
Took
is
me like-
impressive.
As you should. That was an impressive fight. You were very tenacious about sticking with it too. Like I don't know how many times it took, but it was. I won't exactly say it paid off, but it was definitely an accomplishment.
Took me 40 minutes, but I did it.
I usually just save Mother Brain till the end. There's really no reason.
I didn't want to
Yeah,
go
but-
back. I didn't want to go back to Turian, especially the way the sea was set up.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did it.
Oh yeah.
I guess no one saw me do the same thing.
That
But, yeah.
room there was so frustrating.
That's the same way how I did it. But yeah.
There we go. Steel's in level 8. Has the ladder. Very hopeful that he knows where to go.
Well, we'll see. But yeah, the sea was okay. If only I think we should make a petition for Metal to change the Rinka AI.
You say after beating Mother Brain on no E-tanks. You want to make it harder? Is that
I mean,
not enough of a challenge yet?
I mean, they spawn in specific spots. That's why I sort of kept dying. So
Steel expressing the joy of finding the overworld. Pure, unbridled joy, I'm sure. And that's what it means when you stab everywhere and lay bombs. I'm wondering actually if he's thinking like he's gonna have to find level 9 in a dungeon somewhere, or maybe it's still in Metroid or something.
or he
Quit out.
Yep.
Forfeited.
He threw the towel. He's not going to search the
Yeah.
overworld.
I mean,
I mean, entirely fair. And this is probably the biggest accomplishment. He spent 2 hours 30 minutes not seeing daylight, and here he is. He escaped. Mission accomplished. He's free.
I mean, I don't think the ladder really helped, honestly. It's just actually finding level 9. Anything. He has everything else.
Yeah, he's actually really close to finishing, you know. Doesn't take terribly long. I can ask him if he wants in for the interview too, if we want to actually talk this out.
Well, I mean, my reasoning, I had dipped in the crate like sub 5 minutes and essentially try to full clear that. A cheese crate, so that helped. That was fun.
Yeah, it was interesting. I don't normally see people do the lava wave beam strats on Kraid. You know, it's usually a Ridley tactic, but yeah, you put it to good use when you didn't have, you know, it was a really risky thing to even take on Kraid, but it was a great way to get missiles, so.
Yeah, it takes about 50 energy, so that's why I was farming energy for before I did it.
Yep. So yeah, essentially, I think you went through all of Metroid without E-Tank until like until very
No.
late.
I went through all of Metroid without E-Tank. There wasn't any, at least. I think the first E-Tank was in level 8, I think.
That might have been your first E-Tank, but I'm pretty sure Sis Crusher had one much earlier than that. I don't remember where that came from.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Oh, well, I mean, I did full clear Metroid, so I didn't have any E-Tank. I almost died in that room that Eat My Steel was in because I didn't have an E-Tank. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you got lucky and found one in the wall or something. I say we restart the seed and have everyone try Mother Brain without an E-Tank. See how long it takes them.
Another thing I want to know is, how did you guys all feel about not having the overworld as a required thing? I mean, you did eventually find it, and it was where you got into level 9, but Sis Crusher, you were in go mode, and you basically were just scrounging for level 9. How did it feel to not have the overworld the entire time?
Yeah, it was weird because you find a lot of stuff out there. There's a lot of free items out there, so can't take keys for granted and stuff like that when you start digging these dungeons. And I did run out of keys a couple times, so that was just that lot. Not having all those extra resources definitely made it different.
You ran out of keys? How? I had 13 keys.
Well, I had some at the end, but not early. I dug dungeons immediately.
I full cleared every dungeon I went to, and I had, like I said, 13 keys. My first dungeon, I had 8 keys.
I did a few dungeons without a sword, so there
Oh,
were some rooms that I couldn't clear.
I got white sword very early. Since, like I said, I dipped into Brinstar, got the wood sword, went into level 4, got the white sword, into level 3.
Yeah, you were very early on the sword game.
Yeah, I was like, oh, looks like this is going to be easy seed. Well, now it's going to kill me.
The opposite of last week. We did 10 Metroid checks.
Yeah, I think 8. I ran out of keys. I ran out of the keys in 8 and 2, so I didn't get those silvers until at the end there. But I did go back into 8, where I found a key in 8, and then I was able to get that item. But then the ladder blocks came.
Huh. Well, I guess we can all say it's over now. Until next week to see what Meadow tortures us with. Maybe some vanilla Metroid and Zelda, but invisible hearts, so we don't know how much health we have.
That would definitely be really interesting.
Shady and description says that'll be too easy, so we should do it.
I don't know. I've this tree, I keep talking about this, but this seed really intrigued me for not having the overworld for so long. I really think it should be an official mode to disable overworld.
I mean, it's possible. You would just you just turn off overworld in Zelda, and then after you beat Mother Brain, it would put you into level 9. I think, or you could just do Metroid only. Essentially the same thing.
Well, Metroid Zelda dungeons and still looking for Zelda progression.
Yeah, I mean, it is possible, as you saw.
I was thinking that there'd be multiple gates to the overworld, not just one single one. And then the fact that it was blocked, yeah, that made it interesting.
Yeah. That's a rare role. It's a really cool thing to have show up. Didn't even know it was possible. The logic held, there weren't any game-breaking sequence things. I think everything was in order in logic. No, we got really good unlocks early too. You know, because it was ladder blocked. I'm pretty sure it put all of that progression
Right,
on
exactly.
the Metroid
That's
side.
why, yeah, they're just got so many good items early. Blue ring, you know, there's plenty of good stuff. And once I did get the sword, I got the other two in the one really fast after that. Red ring and various suits, screw attack, all that stuff. High jump, all just fell right into your lap. Morph ball bombs. Ice beam was right away. Yeah, ice beam in like 5 minutes, you know.
So, like, did anyone else full play Metroid, or was I the only one?
I had like maybe 4 or 5 spots in Norfair that I didn't do, but everything else I did.
I skipped all of lower. Never north there.
Just the most annoying spots in Metro I didn't have to do.
I mean, Lower Norfair is the most annoying spot, honestly.
Oh yeah.
But it wasn't too bad this time since the rooms were shuffled. It actually made it easier, and the upper rooms were obnoxious.
Alright, well, GG's. Thanks, Zilla. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, Shadi. GG's to
GGs.
everybody. On that note, anybody else have any closing remarks?
Nope.
All right. Well, thanks to Speed Gaming for hosting us. Check out other Speed Gaming channels. I've been Zilla, our runners tonight. We're Eat My Steel, Shaddy, Syscrusher, and Raining Elementalist. Give them a follow. You can pick up Z1M1 at z1m1.info or join our Discord if you can get the bot to actually deposit the Discord link, which it's been down all night. Thank you all for watching. We'll be here next week on Thursday at 11:30 Eastern Time. This has been Zilla signing off.